Good afternoon to all my dears. As usual, hope you fine and safe at your home. Now we can move to the new chapter. So last class we discussed about the chapter Polio and related to that activities, and now we can move to the new unit, new chapter. So our fourth unit, the name of our unit is Rhythms of Love. So rhythms of life. Now we can move to the first chapter. So name of the first chapter is To My Mother. By Christina Rossetti. Yes, To My Mother by Christina Rossetti. Before taking the chapter, there are some questions are there. Please listen to that page number 111. I like to be loved and loved by all. It's a quote of Coleridge. We are all social beings together. We have to strengthen our society. Mutual love is the force that binds us. But we do really understand the value of true love. Where does a child learn the first lessons of love? Where does the child learn the first lesson? From his mother. Of course, from its mother. Don't you love your mother? It's a question for you. Don't you love your mother? Yes, definitely we all love our mothers. Why? Why we love our mothers? Because they care very much and they love very much us. Here is a poem of Mother, To My Mother. Before taking the poem, we can read the author's profile. Christina Rossetti, 1830 to 1894, is best known for her ballads and religious poems. To My Mother is Rossetti's first poem written when she was 11 years old. Yes, this poet wrote this poem on his 11 years old. Now we can go through the poem. A small, brief, 8-line poem. To My Mother. It's a dedication to our mother. Today is your natal day. Sweet flowers I bring. Mother, accept, I pray, my offering, and may you happy live and long us bless, receiving as you give great happiness. So small, short poem. What's here says? Today is your natal day. This is your day, your birthday. Sweet flowers I bring. So this speciality, this day, I bring your sweet flowers to you. That is the gift for you. I will give you sweet flowers. Mother, accept, I pray, my offering. So mother, please accept my small gift of this flower. And I pray, I always pray to you. And my offering, I offer this flower to you. This is my small gift for this special day to you. And may you happy live. And I pray to God that always you live happy and long as blessed and blessed with a long time. Receiving as you give great happiness. I pray to God that all happiness to give to you. That's my praying, and I will give you a special flower to this day. This is the small short poem of Christina Rossetti. So I hope you understand these two stanzas, and there are 3 questions based on this poem. Did you enjoy reading these lines? Why? Did you enjoy to read this poem? And why that? What's the reason behind that? What is the child's offering to the mother? The child is offering something to the mother. What is that? What does the child get from the mother? And the child get from mother something. What's the mother always love his daughters or love his children and care their children. Now collect similar lines about mother. You should collect some more lines to written about your mother. Now there are some activities of this chapter. So first one, the saying God could not be everywhere. So he created mothers. Show the significant role of the mother in our lives. You may feel like writing something about your mother. Attempt a few sentences. Here are a few greeting cards. Have a look at them. You can see a greeting cards. If you want sweet dreams, you have got to live a sweet life. Friends are like heavens. They give pleasure just by bring. Happy Friendship Day. Then happy birthday, the best dad. Some greeting cards. Write the features that you notice in these cards discussed. Now prepare a thank you card for your mother to be given on Mother's Day on her birthday. Now you should prepare a greeting card to your mother for thanking on Mother's Day. How do you prepare a thank you card? Make use of the following hints. Here are some hints. That is simple and expressive language, appeal, layout, pictures, creativity. You can include these all things. Every year we celebrate September 5th as Teachers' Day. As you all know that Teachers' Day is celebrated on September 5th. Prepare thank you cards for your teachers too. Now you should prepare two cards. First one is for your mother and next one for us. That means your teachers. Now prepare two greeting cards. I hope you that understand to make a greeting card. You can include expressions, that means symbol words and pictures, layout, you can creativity, anything you can add to make the greeting card. Now we can move to the next poem that is related to the same chapter about mother. But first chapter we just read about to my mother, our mothers, and now we are going to somebody's mother. We are going to learn somebody's mother. So our next chapter is somebody's mother. And who is the author? Mary Dow Bryan. Yes, somebody's mother by Mary Dow Bryan. Read and enjoy. We love our parents very much, don't we? Yes, definitely we love our parents. Is it not our duty to love all mothers? Yes. Here is a poem which tells us about a boy's kindness and care for an old woman. Somebody's mother. Page number 113. First we can read the poem, after that we can discuss it in detail. The woman was old and ragged and grey, and then with the chill of the winter's day. The street was wet with the recent snow, and the woman's feet were aged and slow. She stood at the crossing and waited long, alone and cared for, amid the throng of human beings who passed her by, nor heeded the glance of her anxious eye. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came the boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow, piled white and deep. Past the woman, so old and grey, hastened the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, after to steer. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should crowd her down in the slippery street. At last came one of the merry troop, the gayest lad of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I will help you across if you wish to go. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so, without hurt or harm, he guided her trembling feet along, proud that his arms were firm and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. She is somebody's mother. Boys, you know, for all she is old and poor and slow. And I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother. You understand? If ever so poor and old and grey, when her own dear boy is far away, and somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the pray, she said, was God to kind the noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. A long poem of Mary Dow Bryan about somebody's mother. Now we can go through it, discuss. The boy was telling about a woman, an old woman. The woman was old and ragged and grey. The woman was very old and is ragged and grey, and bent with chill of the winter's day. And that day is so winter and the roads are very chilly. The street was, and she is also bent. She is very old person and she is just walking to bent way. The street was wet with the recent snow. Yes, at that time the winter time and the snow, when the snow coming, the road are always through the snow and it is covered with wet. And the woman's feet were aged and slow and she wanted to cross the road. At that time the road was wet and the woman's feet was aged and she walked very slowly too. She stood at the crossing and waited long. She was waiting to cross the road, alone, uncared for amid the throng. Nobody is carrying this woman because she is very old. All of them are very busy and nobody is carrying this old woman. And she was alone and she was very feared about to cross the road. Of human beings who passed her by, lot of human beings are passing by, but nobody is carrying that mother. No heeded the glance of her anxious eye. Nobody is thinking about that woman's eye. Nobody is caring. Nobody is trying to help the woman. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out. At that time the school was get out and lot of students are coming to that moment. Came the boys like a flock of sheep. Here the poet compared the students are flock of sheep. The students are came hailing the snow pile white and deep, and lot of boys are coming and they are hailing, and the pile is white and deep. Past the woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way. At that time lot of students are coming and they passed that old and grey old woman, hailing the snow pile white and deep. The children are passing by the woman. Nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, afraid to steer. No one is caring about this old woman. No one is offering a helping hand. Yes, the woman is waiting, somebody will help, but nobody is offering a helping hand to the woman. So meek, so timid, afraid to her. She was so sad, she was so tired and she was very feared too because she wanted to cross the road but nobody is helping. She is fear about lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should crowd her down in the slippery street, because already the street are wet at that time while she is very old and his feet were old. So, while travel she fear about that this carriage wheels or horses' feet should crowd her down in the slippery street. That was the afraid of the old woman. At last came one of the merry troop, the gayest lad of all the group. At last came one of the merry troop, one of the boy came to help the old woman, the gayest lad of all the group. In that group, one of the boys ready to help the woman. He paused beside her, so he just came to her and paused them and whispered low, I will help you across if you wish to go. And he murmured to the old woman that if you want to go across, I will help you. Her aged hand on his strong young arm, so placed and so without hurt or harm. So, he take her old arm and try to help to across the road. He guided her trembling feet along, proud that his arms were firm and strong. So, he is very afraid to cross the road, but the boy is guiding them to cross the road. And at that moment, proud that his arms were firm and strong. The boy feel himself, that is, he is proud that firm and strong at that moment, because he had a good kind of heart. That is why he offered a helping hand to the old woman. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. So, after completing that work, that he helped that woman, old woman, and he back to his friends, and his heart, at that moment his heart was very happy and enjoyed that moment too. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know. And he says that she is somebody's mother. You know, for all she is old and poor and slow. She is old, poor and she is slow too. And I hope some fellow will lend a hand to my mother. You understand? If I am ready to help this mother, this is somebody's mother. I know that. If I am ready to give a helping hand to this mother, whenever, if sometime, if my mother had any problem, that somebody lent a helping hand to my mother. That is, I know that. I understand that. And I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother. You understand? If ever so poor and old and grey, when her aunt dear boy is far away, and somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, God be kind to the noble boy who's somebody's son and pride and joy. Yes, now I am giving the helping hand to that old woman. So, when she reached her home at the time of praying, she prayed for me too, because she says that who is somebody's son and that boy is helping, that son is helping me to cross the road. So, please help and please help that boy, that the noble boy, God is always kind to that boy. So, here the poem of Somebody's Mother by Mary Dow Bryan, and this poem tells us we are ready to help others too. While an old person or anybody want help, if we are ready to that, we are giving that help, it is very kind for that persons too. If we are ready to give now, we are ready to help that. Whenever we want a help, somebody is helping to us. That is the main theme of this poem. I hope you understand this poem. Read 2 or 3 times, then complete the activities of this chapter. There are 8 question answers. So, read the question answers carefully, and there are 2 or 3 activities also. Now, we can move to that. First of all, you please read the question answers and write the answers too. Now, we can move to the activity, page number 115. Read the poem once again and answer the following questions. Identify from the poem the lines or expressions that suggest following. Here are some expressions. The woman was very weak, the attitude of the people, the boy as a contrast to other boys, the noble character of the boy's concern for his own mother, the old woman's love for the boy. Look at the line. Nor offered a helping hand to her. The sound of the letter H is repeated in the words helping hand and her. This kind of repetition of consonantal sound is called alliteration. So, our first grammar from this poem is alliteration. I hope you that last class I told about alliteration, that is repetition of the consonant sound, repetition of the consonant sound. Here helping hand, H sound, He sound is repeating. So, those two words are consonant sounds. So, such type of sounds is known as alliteration. Now, find out the other alliteration from this poem. And next one, third. Look at the last word in the line 1 and line 2. They sound alike. They are rhyming words. So, as you all know that what's meant by rhyming words. So, here are some rhyming words here. Find out the other rhyming words fair in the poem. Now, first line and second line, those two words are, end of the words is same sound. So, such like sound is known as rhyming words. Here are some words: CB, loose shoes, and spans, spread bread, tight bite, bow toes, day pray, dot snow, something like that. So, read that and understand what's meant by rhyming words. Now, next one, couplet. A couplet means two lines in a sentence or in a poem. Two lines each is known as couplet. A couplet is a pair of lines in poetry that rhyme with each other. Couplet is a pair of lines in poetry. And this poem is also like a couplet poem. That means each line carry two lines, a couplet lines. The next one, acrostic poem. Acrostic poem is one in which the initial letter of each line spell out a word or a phrase. That means here you can see a poem. Mother is a precious jewel. Oh mother, your love is deeper than oceans. True love and affection unfold, having a heart of gold inside. Every day your blessings save me, repay it I can never. Each line, but the first letter, each line's first letter connected a word, that is mother. Such lines or such words is known as acrostic poem. Can you write a similar poem about your mother? Attempt 1. Now write a poem about your mother. It's your time to express your love, care to your mother. So, prepare or make some lines about a poem of your mother. Now, we complete first two poems, small poems. Second poem is too long and first poem is very simple poem. Now, we can go through a story. That's also a nice story. We can move to that. And all together, today we are going to learn 3 chapters. The first one, to my mother. Second one, somebody's mother. And the third one is a story, 2 poem and 1 story. And the story, the name of the story is The Wooden Cup. By Domenico Vittorini. Yes, The Wooden Cup by Domenico Vittorini. Before starting the story, here are some questions, and now after that we want to read the profile. Okay, now we can start the chapter. Before starting the chapter, there are some questions are there. We all love our parents. These all 3 chapters connected to love our parents, the theme of our loving parents. So, we all love our parents. Don't you also love your grandparents? Yes, we love our parents and we also love our grandparents too. What do they do for you? What do our grandparents do for you? What do you do for them? And what do you do for them? To love your grandparents. Yes, we definitely love our parents and grandparents too. Okay. Now, here is author profile Domenico Vittorini. 1892 to 1958 was an Italian author and professor. He was born in Italy and later went to the USA and taught at the Temple University and the University of Pennsylvania. His most famous book is The Thread of Life. Now we can go through the poem. Listen. A theme. There is a theme in this poem and nobody is like here this poem. This story's characters. Okay. Because we almost want to love our parents and grandparents too. Now listen. The Wooden Cup. The name of the chapter is The Wooden Cup. Now we can go through the chapter. Once upon a time, in far off Italy, there was a little boy whose name was Robertino. So our character's name is, the first character name is Robertino. Yes, Robertino. And the story taken place in Italy. He loved his grandfather very much. So Robertino likes his grandfather very much. The little boy and the old man were good friends. So the Robertino and his grandfather, both of them are very good friends. They spend much time together. Both of them spend much time together. Robertino loved to sit on his grandfather's knee and listen to the stories he told them. Yes, he had a hobby that he always sit Robertino's grandfather's knee and ask the stories, to tell the story. So while hearing the story, he liked at that moment. So Robertino loved to sit his grandfather's knee and hear the stories. Grandfather was a wonderful storyteller, and grandfather, he always a wonderful storyteller. And oh, the stories he told, fairy tales and exciting hunting stories like the one in which grandfather himself had once caught an eagle. There was a strong bond of love between the two. And here the Robertino and grandfather, both of them had a very great relationship. And he always tell a lot of stories like fairy tales, exciting hunting stories, and while the Robertino's grandfather caught a bird, every time things of stories he tell to his grandson. So here the two persons, grandfather and Robertino. Our second character, main character is grandfather. Yes, second character is grandfather. So there is a strong bond of love between this Robertino and grandfather. Now we can move to the second stanza. Grandfather had come to live with Robertino's parents. So Robertino's grandfather had come to live with Robertino's house. When grandmother died, so when his grandmother died, his grandfather come to live with Robertino. 3 years before, yes, Robertino's grandmother was died in 3 years before. At that time onwards, Robertino's grandfather was lived with Robertino's house. Robertino's mother did not understand the loneliness of the old man. And Robertino's mother, she is very strong person and she never liked old persons too. And she didn't understand the feelings of loneliness. Sometimes she was very impatient with him. Sometimes Robertino's mother was very impatient to Robertino's grandfather. Especially on those days when his hands shook and he would drop what he was holding. Because at that moment he was very old, and while in his hand something is there and he is shivering and broken into that time. So especially on those days when his hands were shook, hands were shivering and he would drop what he was holding. So while that time his mother was very angry and impatient to grandfather. One night at dinner, grandfather lifted his cup to drink his coffee. So one night at dinner time, grandfather lifted his cup of drink, his coffee. His poor old hand shook so much that the coffee split on the clean white tablecloth. So at that moment his hands were shaking and the cup of coffee split into the table, white table cloth. The cup falling from his hands, and the cup was falling from his hands, broke into many pieces, and that cup was broken into pieces. Robertino's mother spoke angrily to the old man. At that moment Robertino's mother was impatient and angry to the Robertino's grandfather. She is very impatient at that moment because the cup was broken into pieces and the white table sheet is splitting that coffee. Grandfather never said a word in reply, but her grandfather never says any reply, any word to his mother, but only looked at her with sadness in his eyes. But while we look at his eyes, we can feel the sadness of that face. Robertino was also very unhappy, poor dear grandfather, and Robertino was very unhappy for that incident, and he is very sad about his dear grandfather because his mother was impatient and very angry to spoke grandfather. While that incident, he feel very sad. After that, grandfather had to eat all alone at a little table in the kitchen. There was sadness in his eyes when he heard about this new arrangement. Yes, after that incident, Robertino's grandfather's seat was arranged into kitchen and he sit in that kitchen. Yes, after that incident, Robertino's grandfather's sitting arrangement is something changed and he sit in the kitchen and there is a table, single table, and he lonely sit in that place and eat his food. There was sadness in his eyes when he heard about this new arrangement. So while hearing this new arrangement, Robertino's grandfather's eyes, we can see the sadness of his eyes. There was sadness in the gentle smile he gave his grandchild. But while hearing this sadness news too, grandfather's grandmother never says any words to him, but only a single smile to grandchild. As soon as Robertino finished his dinner, he would run into the kitchen to be with the old man he loved so much. So after completing Robertino's food, as early as possible he complete his eating dinner and he accompanied with his grandfather and he enjoyed that moment. And the kitchen became a beautiful and where there was no pain and no sadness. So after that, combined with Robertino and grandfather join, that moment, that world is something new and they create a new world there. The old man and the little child could move about happily hand in hand. At that moment onwards, they are enjoying that moment. They are very happily sit in that kitchen and enjoy and eat the food too. Time went on, grandfather grew older and weaker. So time go on, grandfather was very old and weaker too. His hands shook more and more. One night, as he sat all alone in the kitchen, his hands shook and he dropped his cup of soup. So one night he was just eating at the dinner time and he had a cup of soup. So his hands were shivering and dropped his cup of soup. So in that his hands were shook and the cup of soup were dropped out. The cup broken into many pieces. At that time the cup was broken into many pieces. Robertino's parents rushed to the kitchen and saw the split soap on the clean floor. So while hearing the sound of the cup broken, Robertino's parents rushly come to the kitchen and they saw that the cup was broken into pieces and the soap was split into the clean floor. Robertino was upset while hearing this or while seeing this. Robertino was very upset because he know that his mother was very angry and he is impatient to his grandfather. His mother spoke more angrily than she had ever done before. Yes, at that time Robertino's mother was very angrily and she spoke more angrily than ever she had ever done before. The old thing to do, she said, was to give the old man a wooden cup. Yes, now I decided that we have to give a wooden cup to the old man. She didn't want her dishes broken just because he had become so careless. Yes, your grandfather was so careless and I don't want to broken my dishes. Suddenly, the child went over to the fireplace where his mother had swept the pieces of the cup. Yes, suddenly the grandfather, the child was over to the fireplace under where his mother had swept the pieces of cup. He picked the pieces carefully and began to put them together. So, he put the pieces, collect and put them together. Soon the cup seemed to be whole, and he put them together and the cup was as be whole. Then he took a small piece of wood from the fireplace. At that moment, he just take a wooden from that place and began to chip it. He kept his eyes on the earthen cup as though it were a model. And he take a wooden and he make a wooden cup. What are you making, Robertino? Asked his mother fondly. And mother was coming to there and asked, what are you doing there? I am making a wooden cup for you to have when you are old, answered Robertino. So, Robertino answered that I am making a wooden cup for you. When you are old, that time I will give you. Robertino's mother and father were too ashamed to look into Robertino's eyes. They can't look into Robertino's eyes because they understood their mistake. They took grandfather's arm and led him back to the dining room and stood near him and helped him as he ate. Yes, while understanding their mistake, they took Robertino's grandfather's arm and they all of us sit in dining table and eat very happily. From that time, grandfather never ate alone in the kitchen. He sat in his usual place next to Robertino in the dining room. Robertino was happy again. His grandfather was loved and cared for. Robertino realized that his parents too were experiencing the true happiness that love and kindness bring. Yes, from that time onwards, grandfather never want to alone in the kitchen, and all of them are very happy, and Robertino also very happy. His parents understood what's the meaning of parents' love and loneliness, feelings of loneliness, etc. So, this is our story, The Wooden Cup of Domenico Vittorini, and the story get a message. What's the message? We must love our parents and grandparents too. One day we all are old. So, at that time our child must take care. So, now we want to take care of our parents and grandparents. We love them and we must protect them too. Okay. So, this is our story. Altogether there are 7 question answers here and there are some activities too. Now, we can discuss about their activities. So, first of all you should write the 7 question answers. After that, the first one is, you have noticed that Robertino loved his grandfather very much. Don't you love your grandparents? How would you care your grandparents? Write in a paragraph. Yes, it's right about your grandparents. Second one, don't you remember the stories your parents and grandfathers told you? How did you feel them? Yes, your parents tell a lot of stories and you remember their stories too. Recollect a story and present it in the class. You may also describe the feelings you had when you listen to it. Yes, there is no option to hear that story. So, second activity you don't done it. Now, next one, describe any memorable incident that happened when you were in your grandparents' role play in the classroom. That also you should not write. Then next one, see how happy Robertino and his grandfather were in the kitchen. Imagine how they spent time with each other. Describe such a scene. Fifth one, you have seen how love binds all members of the family together. No wonder love is the string of a necklace, the beads of which are members of the family. Describe any such occasion in your words, birthdays, weddings, etc. So, second to fifth activity you never done. That if we have a chance to open our school, that time we can done it. First activity, write about a paragraph of your grandfather. That you should write it in your notebook. Now, next one, sixth one. Grandparents' Day is celebrated in many countries for honoring grandparents. Do your grandparents live with you? Prepare a greeting card expressing your love and care for your grandparents. So, last class we talked about a greeting card to your mother, a greeting card to your teacher, and now you should prepare a greeting card to your grandparents too. Now next one, seventh activity, you should write it in your textbook, that is answer the questions based on the reading of the story The Wooden Cup. Here are some questions and you should complete the table. Now eighth one, can you retell the story The Wooden Cup as a first step? Fill in the boxes with a major events. Here are a circle boxes and you should complete. The starting is the and end. The story ends column is also the, and you should find out the main events. You should complete small lines. Now write in the story in your own words. So A section, write the story in your own words. What do you understand from the story? So you should write it in your own words. Write a short story of your own, arranging the events in proper sequence. Use a story wheel as given. So B section, you never done, that means the story wheel is here, that you done. And next one, A section, write the story in your own words. Now ninth one, how did Robertino bring back love and happiness to his home? What he had done, what's the trick used by Robertino? Write a paragraph in your own words. Then 10th one, a house is built by hands, but home is built by heart. What are the things that make a house a happy place to live in? What do you mean by this question? Write your answers in your own words. Now next, write about happy home using the hints below. Here are some hints are the relationship among the members of the family, care for each other, adjustment, how love works, duties and responsibility, proper understanding, respect, etc. You should include some more. The last one, as we grow older, our health declines. We often become prey to several illnesses such as loss of memory, shivering, indigestion, sleepless, etc. You may form group. This work we have never done it because we are going to sit in a group and decide to work that. So we have no opportunity to do that work. So up to first question, 6th one, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th you should write. 11th one you never did it. Now we complete this chapter and activities. If you had any doubt about this chapter while in Google time, we can discuss it detail. Now it's time to wind up today's class. I hope you understand up to this poem and chapter. Okay, thank you.